My name is Leah Malcarney. I'm a senior. My pronouns are they, she.
I'm Diane.
I'm Melissa.
Lucas Horton, they, them, and 16.
My name is Kenny. My pronouns are he, him, and I am 16 years old.
When did you first feel that you weren't the gender you were given?
I first felt like I wasn't in the gender I was given I'd say when quarantine just started, like March 2020. I always felt really ugly with longer hair and the clothes I was wearing at the time. And I always felt like, this isn't me. I was like always stiff. I didn't really like it at all.
I first started feeling that my gender was different than a guy kind of around the same time that I was discovering this style, like summer 2020. Because I was already like kind of a more feminine dude and all this like real men wear dresses stuff.
I just feel very uncomfortable around like a lot of people, and when I'm not like with my family out at school, I was very quiet, didn't really speak up because I didn't want to bring attention to myself because I hated the way that I dressed and looked at the time.
It like came to my attention that there actually is just a feeling of being a man and it's not an image, and I was like, I don't like that, I don't want to do that. It was just like until then I didn't realize that there was an actual feeling of gender. I thought it was more image and body parts than anything else.
Has your style changed over time, and how have experiences changed your style?
Like, you remember in 6th grade, or like 8th grade, I would like wear the same thing every single day. And it would be like a raincoat and something that was very covering and like, private.
I just wore like hoodies and jeans all the time, and not even like nice ones, like random stuff I found at H&M. It was mostly over COVID that my style changed because I didn't have to really worry about anything because I just wasn't, well, I kind of did, but I wasn't focusing on school at all. I failed. So I spent a lot of time with myself just thinking and doing self-reflection.
I don't know exactly how, it just was kind of like, I think I should start dressing like this more and not like I'm homeless. Let's start putting effort into how I dress and, have confidence with it. Because, after a while it gets tiring of just throwing on the same thing every day and, like, just not having any pizzazz in your clothes. And it gets boring. So I thought I should change that after quarantine.
Do you feel you dress more feminine or masculine, and why?
I dress masculine because it's what I feel comfortable in and who I feel that I am.
I dress exactly in whatever makes me happy. And that's usually dresses and things like that. So
I try to dress more masculine simply because I'm tired of being misgendered. I like dressing feminine, but then it comes with, the judgment and then people get confused and it's just annoying to deal with. So I try to be as masculine as I can most times. But sometimes I do like wear earrings and stuff.
I'm into sports and stuff, and I think that had a lot on how I dressed because I was a jock. I played soccer, basketball, baseball, softball, and from even as a child, I knew I didn't want to wear dresses. I didn't want to wear, girly shoes or any of that. I wanted to wear jeans and sneakers. I wanted to be comfortable.
How have people's behavior towards you changed with your clothes?
I pass as straight, so absolutely not. This is a question
Yep.
for you.
I get called sir a lot, especially at my job now. But it doesn't bother me anymore. I shrug it off.
People judge me based on my like appearance and clothes, especially after quarantine. Because when I changed it, all specifically like the guys stopped talking to me altogether. There's instances where they did call me the F slur, like during gym. I just hear when I'm passing people, like they just talk to their friends like that girl looks like that. Yeah.
I get kicked out of the female bathrooms because of the way I'm dressed.
We have to do a buddy system. If we're out in public together, we go to the restroom together.
One time, very recently, I tried to go in the bathroom, and then these group of guys came up and they told me to go in the right bathroom, and I was going in the women's bathroom.
We were at a rest stop. We were driving
To Cape Cod.
no, it was Vermont.
Vermont.
It was Vermont. And we were just on vacation, and this woman just starts like screaming. But she did indicate from her words that she knew perfectly well that Mel was a woman and did not care. She still thought that she was in the wrong restroom, apparently.
I was confused at first. I was like, they're talking to me, and I was like, wow, I feel very hate crimed. I don't know. Not good. I had to leave school because that was not fun.
At school, I get side eyes and people laugh when I walk into a room. And like even family members, I went to my grandparents' house on Christmas or Thanksgiving or something, dressed how I like, and my step grandma was like, wow, you look different. It's like, that's not a compliment.
What or who do you think helped you the most to broaden your clothing horizons?
There was one person that really boosted my confidence to go deeper into the style I had. That was my dad. He liked all the clothing I was wearing because a lot of people in my family were like, whoa, what are you doing? But my dad was always like, I like it. Thanks.
Probably my friend Adam. He's like my closest friend and we're very similar. So we were kind of going through the same stuff at the same time, getting into the same music and clothes, talking about it late at night, back and forthing with each other about all the things we wanted, and then buying them. Yeah, he helped a lot.
My best friend at the time, Gretchen, they really helped me boost my confidence with my style as well. And Mason. He took a lot of style tips from me, and he let me style him and like help him out with style because he wanted that. So I was getting validation from other people that it was cool. It was a cool style to them, and they wanted to incorporate that style into their style, and that gave me a lot. It was nice to hear.
What do you think people should know about gender and clothing?
Oh my god, I can talk about that for hours. I think people should know that clothing doesn't have a gender, you know? I will shout it to the rooftops and say clothing doesn't have a gender.
Clothing doesn't really define a gender, and that people can dress however they want and they shouldn't be categorized as a man or a woman.
Gender and clothing aren't inherently linked, and not everyone uses clothes to express their gender, but a lot of people do.
A male should be able to wear a dress in public without having judgment towards them and being rude to them about it.
To be respectful, just not comment on things that could be touchy, especially for the person who's dressing a non-typical way.
All it does is make people more confident about themselves, so you shouldn't have a problem with it because they're just trying to be happy. No one's putting these clothes on you. You're all right.
I would love to see more men in dresses, and I think that would be so cool, and it wouldn't make them any less of a man, you know? It doesn't mean they're a female all of a sudden because they're wearing a dress or like makeup or perfume or just something that's labeled as feminine.
A lot of people don't really know how people like us feel and how we're trying to express ourselves. I think getting this out there gives perspective to people.
I think if we stop putting labels on everything, it would really help with like people who are trans and gender fluid and, you know, just people under that umbrella, and help them open up to who they want to be without all that judgment and stuff in the world.
What would you say to anyone that wants to break that barrier, wants to properly express themselves, but is too afraid?
Go for it.
Yeah,
You'll feel
go
so much
for it.
better about yourself.
It definitely would help with the self-esteem.
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome.
You should definitely close
Is
the
it
door.
a he, she, too?
Hudson. He's a he.
He? Why
Yeah.
does he have a glove?
If he doesn't have something in his mouth, he will jump.
Okay.
He'll just pick stuff, random stuff up.